What's up, everybody? I'm back, people. Like I've said in the past, and I'm going to tell you today, there ain't nothing to it but to do it, man. All you have to do is put up and put it in, get your work, and get them results. But anyways, people, I wanted to come on here and thank all my supporters, and I'm gonna give a thanks to the haters as well. I can't believe how many haters are out there, and you know what I mean, saying what they say, but it's all good, man. You know what I mean? Even the haters could get it. Check it out, man. This is real shit right here, people. You know, I ain't sugarcoating nothing. That's me, baby, right there on the net. But anyways, people, I needed to come on here and especially give thanks to this one individual, Free the Real Ones. Thank you for putting me up on a game with the cursing. I apologize to anybody that has sensitive ears. You know what I mean? Go ahead and make your comments about my ears. I know I got ears, but anyways, people, it's all good. This world has become really sensitive, and I understand I do got to watch myself. Especially putting stuff here on YouTube because you just never know who gets to hear it. But anyways, people, like I said, there ain't nothing to it but to do it, man. If you want to get some results, and if you don't know how to do it, shoot me a DM, man. I could get you guys going on becoming that best version of yourselves. I just showed you a quick glimpse of me, uncut, unfiltered, baby. That's me on the strength. Keep in mind, I'm 53 years old. So the people that are going to get on there and, make their comments, it's all good, baby. Keep them coming. But anyways, yeah, so back to that county jail, man. The levels of danger that comes with it when you live there, different times, different levels, you know what I'm saying? Times have changed, you know what I mean? I haven't been there for a minute, but I could tell you, back in the day, like I said, I give you a quick little glimpse of what happens when I was going through it, because it could be real dangerous, like I said, with the huras and stuff. Back then they had flashlights or batons and all that stuff, and they used to put the whooping on us. Not just with us, with all races, and it was kind of, it was pretty messed up, man, because you get some people in there that are mentally challenged, or even people that didn't understand the native language here in the States, you know what I mean, English. So they got it bad, it's pretty chicken shit, you know what I mean, because supposedly being a professional, these people should be aware of them things, come on now, really? What did you guys go to school for? Just to fucking do wrong to our people? Look, frown upon our people just because we made mistakes? Yeah, we all make mistakes in lives. I'm sure you guys have too. And during my time, you guys were doing a lot of rule breaking. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. It's nothing to cry about. And it happened. I survived it. Like I said, that's one of the reasons what made the county jail system very dangerous to live in. Having not only to deal amongst other races and going to battle with them, and like I said, in the county jail, it was like tradition, man. It was like you got into riots all the time, and them riots could kick off for the most simplest thing. And I'm gonna give you a little example. I'm bouncing around a little bit right here, but a little example on this. That the intake flow of people that are being incarcerated in the county jail just never stops, man. And if anybody from the county jail, from LA County Jail, they know them buses just keep rolling in. So you got to keep in mind, every person that comes in off of that bus has a different personality. So you're dealing with thousands of personalities, day in, day out, people. And one can slip through the cracks that isn't wrapped too tight, and go against our program that was already set in place, to run a good program. And that individual not knowing, because he looks a certain way, but mentally he's not there, so he gets off that bus and right away people assume, okay, yeah, he should be laced up. No, just because that fool looks a certain way doesn't mean that fool's laced up in what's going on around him. Hey, reach out to the cat. You know what I mean? See what's up with them. See what time it is with them. You know, read them, and you know that could prevent shit from happening because a lot of cases like that, you know, homies, you know, at one time were solid and right, but you know they get caught up in that drug game, and especially nowadays, man. Yeah, you could go through, especially you go through my neighborhood. Well, a lot of neighborhoods. I'm not just gonna say mine. Shit, it's everywhere. That shit spread like an epidemic, man. This dope is terrible. I mean, in all reality, any dope is bad for you. You know what I mean? As far as myself, I don't even like to take pills anymore. You know, even if they're prescribed by the doctor. You know, I just have the scene, and the reason is because, like I said in my past video, I'm a dope fiend, you know. So any little slightest fucking mind altering drug, man, I'd probably get hooked, and there comes the beast again. And I don't want that to happen ever again. You know, I'm trying to do the right thing nowadays, and I'm not trying. I am doing the right thing nowadays. You know what I mean? I volunteer with the local kids that are around kids at risk, and you know, I volunteer my time to go, you know, lace them up and give them a glimpse of my life through my eyes. That way, they don't ever have to experience it. You know what I mean? All I could do is give them advice and try to educate them on it. It's entirely up to them whether they want to take it and run with it. You know what I mean? It's like taking a horse to water. You could take a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. You know what I mean? So in this situation here, I'm being the teacher. You know, I'm the teacher holding the door open for them, but they have to be the student to walk through to learn. You know, so it's just my way of saying, you know what I mean? Get whatever. Well, look, put it this way: when wisdom speaks, knowledge listens. You know what I mean? Take it and run with it. Use it to your benefit. That's what I've learned to do in my years of growing up. You know what I mean? And being laced up by my older homies. So that's what helped me avoid the system when I was younger. You know what I mean? Actually, what got me to the county is because you know I started messing with drugs, man. The drugs is what fucked me up, you know. But as a kid growing up, you know, being laced up by older homies and shit like that, I was able to bob and weave and avoid the potholes that they fell in, you know. But once my older homies got taken away from me, you know, for a lot of different reasons, you know what I mean, getting torcido or, you know, just rest in peace, you know. And I was a child left running wild, you know, and then I finally found my crowd to you know do my thing with, and a lot of the youngsters that were my age weren't really laced up by older homies, you know. So they were running amok too, and we just started doing our own thing. But anyways, people, like back to that county jail, man. Like I said, the county jail was one of the most dangerous places I've ever done time in, and the reason is, like I said, you know, every time I go back, programs have changed, you know, so it's not predictable what's going on, you know what I mean? You got to go in there and get laced up with the new stuff that's going on, you know. So in my case, you know, a closed mouth won't get fed. So if you want to run it right, you know, if you don't want to ask anybody, which, you know, homies should actually come by and lace you up and give you the program, what's going down, you know what I mean? Give you the reglas, what's popping and what's not popping, you know what I mean? And back in my day, the only thing motherfucking popping was the pill line. But yeah, so that's what makes it so dangerous, you know what I mean? Because there's always a lack of communication. I've noticed going through the system, at least the county facility, because you could end up in one module and go to the next module, and homies are running things differently, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna give you an example too. In my time, you were never allowed to refuse movement. You had to move. You know, that was considered like a PC move. You know, so it's like more than likely if you're refusing movement, you know, it's because you have something to hide. But this last time that I was there, man, there's so many cats that were refusing movement. You know what I mean? I'm not going to pull anybody's covers, you know what I mean? Because I'm sure they had their covers pulled once they hit the state. Because I heard a couple names when I was going through the state this last time, and you know, on the birthday cards, and happened to notice certain individuals' names, and then after a while, you know, you didn't see any You didn't see their name any longer. You know what I mean? Because more than likely somebody pulled their covers for whatever they were refusing to catch that chain. Must caught up to them. Like I said, like when you think nobody's watching, there's always somebody watching, and when you think nobody's listening, there's always somebody listening. So yeah, people, life in the county jail can be very dangerous. You know what I mean? It all depends on how you act and behave in there, and you always have to be aware of your surroundings, because within that county jail, like I said, there's busloads and busloads of intake every day. It just never stops. So there's new personalities and new gente that you got to deal with. So to keep it running smooth, someone that's already been there for a minute, it should be his job to go and lace up the newer homies that are just touching down, you know. But when there's drugs involved behind shit, people tend to get loose and forget to do what they're supposed to do, you know. So, like I said, the county jail could be really, really dangerous. At least back in my time, and I'm sure it still is, because when shit jumped off, like I'm gonna give you an example. The Chow on my last video, I never really finished touching on that. We would go to Chow, people, and when we would go to Chow, you weren't really designated to sit anywhere. It's like whatever lined up and whatever the seats filled, that's where you sat, you know what I mean? So you could be sitting at a seat with 2 or 3 other different races right there. And, you know, right next to you, they had the long tables. It depends what floor you were at, you know what I mean? They had the octagon-shaped tables, and then they had the long mesas, too. But you know, the Judas, they only gave us so long to eat, man, so everybody was in a rush to eat, man. And the only way I was able to get my food down, that way I didn't go back to my cell hungry, I would put all the cold food with the hot food, mix it together, and slam that shit back, you know what I mean? Get my cup of Kool-Aid, put that one down, and get my other cup of Kool-Aid and pass it down. But, you know, there's a lot of people there that didn't have manners, man. So that place right there, when it would go off because of one ignorant person that slipped through the cracks, or maybe just this person wasn't stable upstairs, and the homies or the other races didn't catch it, or maybe just the other races didn't give a shit, you know what I mean? I'm not sure, I can't really speak on them. I'm sure, you know, like in the state, they watch that stuff too, you know what I mean? But it's known for people that are unstable upstairs to slip through the cracks, and, you know, those are usually the people that will end up setting something off. And when it sets off, you know, it sets off like that. And so, and being in that chow hall with them old plates and all that, oh my goodness, man, I've been in some melees in there, I'll tell you that right now. And only the strong survive in there, you know. I've seen people get snatched up from all races, get snatched up and get stomped. They got drugged to their side, and got, you know, whatever happened, you know what I mean? But that was life in the county jail, you know. Like I said, them big old plastic plates, you could peel somebody's cap with one of those. And them tables, the metal tables, no joke, you know what I mean? I know after a while they stopped doing that, you know what I mean? And they stopped housing us with other races as well, you know, because we went at war with a certain race, and that shit was rocking and rolling, and I participated in that back in the day. It was like a chain of events, man. It started from wayside, and there was a wave all the way down. It's kind of like a shock wave when you have an earthquake, you know what I mean? The pinpoint's over here and ends up thousands of miles away. So that was the same thing with the riots back in my time, you know. I don't know how it is today, but that's what made it very dangerous, because you could land in a module where you just pull up and don't even know what's going on, man, and it'd just go off. And what do you got to do? You just got to follow suit, baby, because if not, ooh-wee, You're going to answer to the piper after that. But anyways, people, I just wanted to come on here real quick and give you another quick glimpse of how dangerous that county jail can be, man. And once again, I want to say thank you to Free the Real Ones and for other people that have been lacing me up about this YouTube stuff, because yeah, I'm not too familiar with the rules and regulations on this stuff. So I'm gonna try to keep my cursing to a minimum. You got to keep in mind, I don't really realize myself when I do cuss, because that was the type of environment I grew up in. So it's like almost part of my vocabulary. But I am correcting it because I do deal with a lot of, I should say, juveniles when I go volunteer at these kids at risk, even though they use a lot of profanity, but two wrongs ain't gonna make a right, so I gotta set an example, especially if I want to try to lead them down the right path, and that's what I do nowadays. And back to my fitness, man, I already showed you a glimpse of me, what I look like, uncut, unfiltered, people. So if you're ready to make that move and fucking become that best version of yourself, shoot me a DM, people, or reach out to me through these comments, and we could touch down, and I will build you a bulletproof blueprint that will guarantee to get you results, people. Now, with that being said, enjoy the rest of your day. Get up and get yours.